Welcome. So today I'm going to show you how to build a bed. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Build a structure, and then I'm going to clad it with some nice 6x1 all the way around. So first things first, work out how big the mattress is going to be. So I took the dimensions of the mattress. I've added a bit of waist, a bit of tolerance on it, so the mattress definitely fits. Make sure you do that. Took the height of the existing bed. And then I know the thickness of the mattress, so I can work out how high the bed stand has to be. I'm going to make it 250mm high, plus 300 for the mattress, 550, which I think will be quite nice. Right, so let's go on to the structure. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to have three 3x2s going away, all the way along the line like that. And then in between the 3x2s, I'm going to put 2x1s slats that just go through that hold the rest of the mattress up. The things that hold up the actual bed are two sort of U-shaped bits of ply, like that, and they go towards the ends here. So one U-shaped bit of ply there, one U-shaped bit of ply there. The 3x2s rest on that, and then there's also going to be a beam that goes straight through the middle, which is going to be ply and 3x2, so like 2 bits of ply and a bit of 3x2 to space it, and then bolt in between the two U's. So what that'll give me is a really strong structure, and then around the edge, all the way around there, I'm going to make a frame with 6x1, and that'll cover all of the structure. Right, so cut all the bits of timber down. Use the chop saw because it's quite speedy, and then just starting to sand all the rough edges off and everything like that. And this enabled me to start to prepare for bolting. I've used a handsaw here because I think sometimes rather than trying to get it in position on the chop saw or whatever, it's easier. I quite enjoy it. So, but as I say, I'm not. Right, so I'm starting to make the beam to go in between. This is the main structure, so I'm drilling and screwing. When you drill and screw, it's quite good, because what happens is that you put your glue on, but then you can screw it in place. You don't need to clamp it up, and once it goes off, it's absolutely solid. So yeah, when you're making something a bit structural like this, then glue and screw it. My old screwdriver's a bit slow. Shall we say. Right, here we go. First, so there's the beam, the two ends of the beam, two U-shapes. I'm going to put the holes in to enable us to bolt it all together. There we are. I'm going to use the round table to put a rebate into the edge timbers, and this will allow the slats to fall in. Just be careful with the round table. Always do test pieces as well on the round table, because it's easy to make mistakes. But as you see, the piece of timber just sort of sits nicely on there. Drill some holes in it to attach some bolts. And the reason I'm bolting it is because it may seem really obvious, but a bed is quite a big thing, so it's probably not going to fit upstairs without it being detachable, so using bolts and things like that is going to help you. So when you're thinking about building this, think about where you got to put the item. There you go. I'm going to use those threaded inserts as well. So plywood is notorious for trying to attach something to the end, but these threaded inserts do pretty good, and all they're really doing is just
positioning those 3x2s with the rebating. They're not really actually stopping any lateral forces or anything like that. Right, there we go. Oh, look at that. Put that bolt in. There we have it. Structure. Right, it's time to start making the surround. Using the chop saw, putting 45 degrees in. This is the actual slats. So if you've got a load of slats, or if you've got a load of anything that you all want to do at the same time, cut as many pieces as you can at the same time, because then you'll get them all of the same length and it'll save you ages. For drilling the holes in the end of the slats, I wanted them all identical, so I knocked up just a tiny wee little jig like that, and it'll save you loads of time, and all the holes will be in the same place. So think about that. Time is money. Right, so we're going to start doing the outer edge now, and I'm going to use the router table because I want to put a bit of a groove in, because I'm going to put some. You see that? I think you can see that. I'm going to put some LEDs in a strip underneath. Again, do a test piece, because then if you make a mistake, it's just a test piece. There you go, perfect. Right. Just fire it through. Take it easily, don't push too hard when you're using the router table. Again, test pieces. The test pieces, do the round over here for the top. You just get that right on the test piece, and then once you've got the test piece right, then just fire the full pieces through. There we go, little 45-degree jig to get the spline joints in. Get the router set up, and then just put your splines in. I use the spline joint on these miters because it really does create a strong joint, and if you just glued them, it would probably pull apart. With the spline joint, I've never had a failure, so just think about that. So here the 45, the little channels in the ends, and then you just pop the bits of timber in, and then the other piece will just clamp up next to it. So I clamp up, because this is such a large piece, then I use F clamps with some little 45s, timbers on the other side, and then what will happen is you put your F clamp across those two 45s, as you can just see them there, and it pulls it up really nicely, and then do one of those for each corner, and then you're finished. There you go, finishing the roundovers with the hand plane, nice and quick. Get a bit of sandpaper and just sand it off. There you go. That's all you really need to do. So eventually I'm going to finish this with a bit of what I'm going to use. I'm going to use shellac and furniture polish. So really, to get that finished, just sand it down. I've got a mechanical sander, electric sander for the main work of it. So just sand it all the way around. No problem. Really quick. And there you go. That's the frame. Put some little lugs on so it sits onto the frame at the right height that you want it to. And because it's so big, it needs cutting in half. Again, you have to do it by hand because it'd be almost impossible to do on the machine. So yeah, not easy when it's not strapped down. I probably could have done a better job strapping it, but I like to struggle. It's one of my favourite. People say I can't do it, but I can. Anyway, here we go. Putting the bed together. Clunk, clunk, clunk. All the pieces, slats going in, pre-drilled, and then just pop them all in. Once you've got the slats in, then put the frame around it, and that's it. Your bed done. Timber didn't probably cost about $100, something like that, maybe 100 quid, which is significantly cheaper than what you would have to pay down in the shops. And I really like the way it turned out.